Hey, hi guys, welcome to the session. In this session, we will be understanding about map function. So, map function, the syntax you can see, you will write the first argument will be the function itself, and second argument will be the iterables. So, what it does is the function which you have mentioned as the first parameter will be executed on the each item of the iterables, and you will be getting the output. So it's an iterator. Map is basically an iterator. How you can check that? You can just execute dir map, and if iter, that is iter, and next, both are there, that means state, and iter, both are there, that means it is a iterator. So to print the value of an iterator, you need iterables, right? So we have used either list, tuples, this kind of iterables in order to print the value of the map function, the output of the map function. So let's understand this with an example. So what I have written is here a map function. Then I have written instead of function, I have written lambda function. You have already learned that how lambda function works. It is basically an input and then output whatever you want to as output. So I want to take input as x, and output I want to add 5 in the input, and then it reveals that particular list I have taken. So what it will do is, so I've taken lambda function and list. So lambda function will basically each element of this list will be passed to lambda function, and then output will be produced with the help of map function. So the first element is one. One will be the function. Basically, let's what it will do is, let's understand with the drawing. So this particular input first take one, then it will take two. Basically map it, the function will be mapped to each, you know, value of the list, element of the list. So if you can see, so what it does is, I have taken one. Now one, when we apply lambda function, it will be converted into 1 plus 5, that is 6. And for 2, 2 plus 5, so each element 5 will be added, and then output will be produced. So this is how mapping works in with the use of lambda function. So I have, let's execute that. Now to print that particular, if you just print without list, then you will see that a object of map is generated, and you will not get output, you will just get map object. So to print that, I want to use iterables. I'm using list, and I'm printing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So my control is at 10. If again I will print, then my control is not at a last point of the thing, right? So after that nothing is there, so nothing will be printed. If again I have to print, I have to initialize it. That we have already discussed in iterables and iterators lecture. If you have confusion, you can go back and see the lecture and understand how it works. So iterables, so this is how we print x. Now if I, for I in x, that is x is nothing but the object of map. For I in x basically each element of that particular map object will be picked one by one, and it will be getting printed, but this time it will not get printed. Why so? Because my, I have already printed using list function, and my control is at 10th position, 10th index. So after that, if we go, I will not get any value, so that's why it is not getting printed. So print that, I have to reinitialize, and if I print using for loop, then it will get printed. We have already discussed this. This is an iterator. Now this we have seen that map function will be applied to the function will be mapped with each value of the element, and we can print this using nest also. So 6, then 7, sorry, 6, then 7, then God, then 8, then last element, that is not last, second last, then last element is 10. If I nest again, I will get exception, that stop iteration. If you use manually with the nest function, you will try to access the value of the map function, then you will get a stop iteration error. If you are using that with the for or list or this kind of iterables, then that automatically handles and it will not raise exception. So let's say I have to this time what I'm doing is I want to print x into y and then comma x, basically a tuple. I'm trying to basically in the inside the list I'm trying to print the tuples. So how this time it works is I'm writing a lambda function xyz, that is basically it will take a three input x y and z, and output what it will do is it will multiply first second number and first number whatever it is as it is, it will take and give the output. So in this case I have given three input. You can see tuples basically 1 2 4 4 1 2 5 6 1 2 6 7. So this particular lambda function will be applied to each element of this particular input, and then output will be produced accordingly. So let's understand how it works is xyz, that is parameter is there, x into y, that is 1 and 1 I am, basically x is this and y is 1 2 5 6. So 1 into 1, that is 1, and then x, that is 1. Second element with the second, 2 into this 2 with this 2, 2 into 2, that is 4, and first 2, then 4 into 5, that is 20, and then first element of x 4, and then last element 4 into 6 24, and then 4. So this is how it get printed. I'm not utilize a third parameter, so that's why third parameter is not here. So let's make you understand again by drawing. So what it's doing is, so it is basically taking x, that is this is x, this is y, and this is z. So x into y, that is x into y. 1 into 1, what it will give? It will give 1. So 1 it is there. Now print x, that is x. Yani, that means the first value of x parameter. I mean the first thing. So 1 will be printed. Now this time take 2 and y value of 2. Second element of y. So 2 into 2 will be 4. So 4 is there, and the second element of this. So y is 2. So 2 is printed. So this is how it goes on, and you will get the result. So this is about lambda function with the map. We can also define a user defined function. So I have defined a function called cube, which will return a function. If you pass any number, it will return cubic of that particular number. So it will take m and cube it and return it. So I have taken a list 1 2 3 4 and applied cube function. So cube, what it will do is with the help of map will map every item of this list to cube. So cube 1, cube 2, cube 3, cube 4, and whatever output is there, you will get a list in that. So 1 cube 1, 2 cube 8, 3 cube 27, 4 cube 64. So this is how it is getting printed. The same thing, the user defined function which you have used to write a cube of a particular number, we can do that by using you know lambda function also. Now with the help of what to say, even lambda function we can cube in just one line. So lambda acts as an input and take an input and cube it. So with the help of map function, what it will do, each element of that particular list, it will map the lambda function, and lambda function takes the input and perform the action and return the output as cube. So it will return 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube, 4 cube, the same value. Now suppose I want to concat something, that's a kind of function I'm again writing in the lambda function. Using lambda function, I want to take input x, y, z, basically 3 input, and output in return. What I want is I want to print, basically uh, I want to concat these inputs with the space. If you see x, then I have used for concatenation plus operator, and then a space is there I have given, then again I have concatenated y value, and then a space is given, then I have concatenated z value. So this is how a lambda function is written. Okay, so this is how a lambda function is written. So lambda function, what it will do is it will just concat. Math function, what it will do is it will take a lambda function which we have written here for concatenation. It will concat with this input and produce output. So it will take x Surya and take here, then give a space, print Prakash, and then z, third input, that is Tripathi, and give a space before the Tripathi. And when we execute that, it will concat Surya Prakash Tripathi and print the result in a form of list. So this is how map function will work. Map function basically, so in short we can say that map function basically apply for the function which we have mentioned as an argument to the iterables which we have mentioned to each element of that iterable and give the output. So this is all about the map. Thank you.